Hold on. Hey guys, what's going on here? It's August, what is that? I don't even know the date anymore. But anyways, doesn't matter. I'm actually in Xi'an right now. It's in the outskirts of Xi'an. It's a developing area here, so it's brand new here. When the Western media would refer it as a ghost town, but it's starting to develop here, like with brand new buildings and stuff. So yeah, if I were a Western media, I would say like this is a ghost town and it's like unsuccessful, like they're wasting a lot of money and stuff. But in reality, I've seen like because I'm working on these projects, yeah, they're just like these towns, like they're building all these infrastructure, building stuff, and then later on they're moving all this business in here. So it's just like in every other city. So let me show you. Yeah, these are like mostly office buildings and hotels, and yeah, it's a whole new town. Like it can be like a tech town or something else. I don't know what type of business they're developing. Just like probably like a business area here, maybe in the future. So who knows? So I'm working on some of these projects here. But anyways, just want to say something about like the controlling the virus here. Uh, it's been a very strict. I had to do like with each travel to a different province, town. You are required to do a 48-hour COVID test prior to your flight. So basically a day before, and you get the result next day. And then you have to show it to the before your flight at the counter. So in order to fly, like I panic actually because I use my Chinese name versus my English name, so it doesn't match on my record, so it didn't show up in my application. So I had to find like the hospital's website in order to find the actual results. So eventually, gosh, the sun is like crazy here. It's killing me. So eventually it worked out. I flew from Shanghai to Xi'an, worked out. But the measurement containing the virus is so strict. Like when I went to a hotel, I called me like my colleagues like a million times. They can check like our status, where did we come from, where like the whole record. I mean, it's already on the app, but still, like they would call us constantly, like monitor us, which is good. But again, like if the Western media reported, it would be like they're constantly under surveillance and what, yeah, it's just all negative. But then in reality, it's just they're just making sure that you're not carrying the virus and then spreading it around in case like your test is positive. But then again, when we the first day in a hotel, they call like a million times, like not a million times, exaggerated, maybe just once, but it felt like a million times because my colleagues been they got all these calls too. And then later on, actually the police showed up, and then the entire hotel got like tested, like because whatever reason, just routine to make sure the entire town, or like this Xi'an, is like safe, make sure the virus is not spreading. So it's pretty safe. I mean, the measurements they put on, so I think it's very responsible. Like, gosh, I mean, it's good to feel safe that whatever they're doing is to make sure we don't have these problems like in the West, that the virus is spreading just rampantly, just like just in comparison, it just, we only have like a few hundred cases, and it's just like so strict already. But then it's just what, a few hundred is ridiculous. Like what in the States we have like what, several 10,000, 100,000 cases like per day. I don't know the exact number, but it's just outrageous, the numbers. So you know, if you have this in comparison, it's just these numbers are like very small. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to live in a safe environment here. Just right now, working in this, it's pretty empty here. So I can show you all these buildings, the infrastructure here. So, but then everything works still fine. You can order, even though it's like this is like the most remote area here in China. You can still order like stuff here, like food delivery fast. And I had actually ordered some. I needed some camera equipment, and I ordered something from Shanghai. Like it took only like 24 hours, less than 24 hours when it got here. She shipped it off like the day when I ordered it, and the next day it arrived here. So that was pretty cool. So everything works like really fast here. Everything is cheap too. Hold on one second. So yeah, this is what's happening here. So there's a few clusters like of COVID, especially in Nanjing. That was the one that triggered the entire like spread, and that's the most severe one. So I advise you not to go to Nanjing, because then I heard there's a lockdown. So I don't know exactly, but I wouldn't want to go there, because it's once you get in, you cannot go out, come out. I guess, yeah, or you'll be quarantined for. So, yeah, I'm still constantly traveling around here in China, like to Beijing, Liaoning, pretty much everywhere. So right now, the only thing that's been pain in the ass is like to do a 48-hour COVID test prior to your flight. So basically, constantly, if I'm leaving town, basically I'm leaving in a few days, so I have to do a COVID test prior, and then I travel to another town, I do another test. And especially the ones that's painful is like poking through your nose. But sometimes if you get lucky, like some places they're taking the samples from your throat, I mean from your mouth, not from your nose, so that's good. So yeah, all I'm saying is that it's the strict measurements here to contain the virus is like been excellent, to make sure that we have the freedom here to continue our work. And that means a lot to me when you have this, like when they can't contain, like in the West, like where you like constantly disrupted by this spread of the virus. And the only thing they do in the West is just keep blaming. Just get your shit done. I mean, instead of blaming, do some fucking homework. And man, we do so much work here. We deserve something here, man. The government spends so much money just to make sure that the economy is intact here, so that it's working. Unlike the West, it's been like disrupted, like the economy, everything, like the society has been disrupted constantly by the spreading of the virus. And in all honesty, they don't have a solution for this, because their society is very different from China. Their society functions under a individual society, where you have like the individual freedoms and stuff, all that stuff. So in China, it's more like a collective society where people are helping each other and get their shit done. And the West is like, I want my own, like my personal freedom. I don't give a shit about your COVID. I wear a mask whenever I want. And then, yeah, I don't think they have a solution to contain the virus. If the West would work like Chinese to contain the virus, we wouldn't have this Delta virus, and it would have been like contained and probably eradicated a year ago, you know, because in China, I know in 2020 in March, I already started working, and then the virus was basically not contained but under control. So, you know, if everybody did their homework like China, we wouldn't be here like having all this like constant restrictions in terms of travel and then all these problems here. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for another video. Peace out. Alright guys, check out this building. It's so bizarre and interesting. I'm gonna fly a drone and check it out. I need to get closer. It's pretty impressive. It's very simple design, but it's just very appealing for some reason. It's like a, you know, 3 blocks of, you know, chunks of like concrete boxes like stacked on each other. It's very interesting. I really like it. I want to fly a drone. Let's see what it looks like from the air.